Hey y'all, long time. We're gonna get us a collective reading. As you know, I've already began my pre-shuffle before I press the record button. So cut that deck, gonna shuffle this deck, and we're gonna get into it with the main energy for the collective. We're gonna see what you need to know right now. Bottom of the deck, we got change and repeated patterns. So it's something that's changing, moving forward. Somebody has gained some type of authority or some type of authoritative position in their own life is what I'm hearing. Somebody is taking the reins and leaving behind the different things that they are familiar with. This may have something to do with the Emperor energy, or somebody who is very structured, or it's like committed to some type of patterns. It's really giving Hierophant energy. So we got book smart sideways. It's giving that somebody may be, they're a little smart, you know what I mean? But it's kicking me more so toward like the street smart energy. Like somebody more so is the type of person to learn from hands-on experience. So it's kind of like you know how the older folks used to say back in the day, like a hard head make a soft ass. It's like that. And you have Cancer and confession. So you may have a Cancer that has some confessions or something like that, or something that they want to bring to the forefront or be honest about. Also, Cancer deals with 4th house energy. So your 4th house is your home. That deals with your roots, your family. You know what I mean? Again, your domestic home, your home life. But there's something going on within that where somebody may have been moving a little bit reckless, or they may have been operating by their own personal standards, in which they want to be honest about this now. Something has to do with the way that a person was taught, you know, conforming to society's norms or something like that. You have a Virgo. So someone may want to confess something about a Virgo, or Virgo is 6th house energy. It deals with your health, you know, your work and services, different things like that. Somebody might want to confess something about an illness or some type of sickness or something like that that they have going on. We have communication. So they definitely want to talk. This may be a family member or something like that, because it's the 6. 6 deals with the lovers. The lovers don't always have to be, you know, a domestic relationship. It basically speaks of a relationship between two people that have a mutual love for each other. Third party in a reverse. So I'm hearing something about a third party no longer being around, or a third party not being in the picture. It's also something about somebody not allowing outside influences to influence them or something like that. This may be something that's out of somebody's hands, like they want to speak about life cycles, the way things went that was out of their control. And you have high rank, so someone may be stepping into, you know, some type of heightened sense of spirituality or something like that, or coming to a understanding. Somebody may have some type of rank in some type of military services or army services or something like that as well too. But this speaks of somebody being enlightened about another person's rank. And you have flop. So something was unsuccessful when it came to a tower. Like somebody tried to break something down. But it gives me that a spotlight went off or something like that, and something was brought to your attention. It caused for something to change suddenly, shift. So where someone thought that they were going to be successful, they ended up not being successful. Whatever book it was that they were studying out of, I don't know, it might have been a little bit fictional. What's this book smarts about for the collector? You have a Scorpio. So this might have something to do with the Scorpio, or this could be 8th house energy. 8th house deals with death and regenerations. It's the endings and beginnings of cycles and awareness. So someone was unaware of how it's really given cycles work. The Scorpio energy, death and regeneration, what death actually is, you know. With this awareness, it makes me feel like someone may be in some type of karmic cycle. You have relationship or marriage, so it's some type of commitment or bound. Somebody's committed somewhere and projecting. So someone may have gotten some type of information or something like that out of a book about how to project on to others that are close to them or something like that. This may have something to do with some type of illusions or mysteries. It's some type of hidden energy, like moon card. This may have even been something dark. Yeah, you got portals, 10 toes down, Aquarius in the reverse. So it's something about you releasing something with this Aquarius energy. You know, Aquarius deals with 11th house. That's your friends, your hopes, your wishes, different things like that. You know that Aquarius is also the humanitarian as well too. It's something about somebody being a good speaker. But you have 10 toes down. You know what I mean? When it comes to them standing in this authoritative position. When it's something about certain times or whatnot. You know, with these portals and these different things like this. This speaks of life cycles, fated events, you know, things that are more so unpredictable, out of people's hands again. But just like I said, it's with it being in the reverse, though, this might be a upside down Aquarius. Somebody who wanted to rule something or something when it comes to this projecting, rule over something. But you have 10 toes down with being in this authoritative position and operating around these times of these portals or going through certain points. Somebody is moving, going through doors or openings or something. What is this portal about? What's this portal for the collector? Process. So it's something about somebody trusting the process. You know, they feeling like they're going by certain rules or certain guidelines in order to get, you know, an end result that they desire. You got keeping things to yourself in the reverse. So it's something about you sharing with somebody or sharing with a person, an individual or something like that, which may be causing some type of blockages or causing delays when it comes to this projecting. Yeah, you got secret competition. So it's a hidden enemy. Somebody really don't want to see you have more than what they have or something like that. Or it's a comparing, a need to compare. What's this Cancer energy about for the collective? You got looking in the mirror. So it's something with, you know, a cycle or a contract being complete or closed. Something went, you know, in full circle. It's whole. And it's with this Scorpio energy. So something is closing out. It's really giving something had more so ran its cycle that it needed to run. And that cycle is closing out only for a new cycle to begin. But somebody is in their feelings about this closing or something like that. What is this looking in the mirror for the collector? You got alignment in the reverse. So somebody is not aligned when it comes to this awareness. It gives that somebody may have some type of guilt or something like that when they look at themselves due to some type of secrets or something like that that they hold. You have happiness, joy, fulfillment in the reverse when it comes to this relationship or this marriage. So somebody is not happy where they are. And it's like when they look themselves in the mirror, they could feel that they are incomplete, or it's something that is not, you know, it's just not clicking. It's not done. And you got someone close that's doing this projecting energy. So someone may know that another person is unjustly projecting their energy on them or projecting their thoughts toward them. It says stop and think for a moment when it comes to this Aquarius in the reverse. I'm getting some type of fake friend energy or something like that. It's something that you were taught or another person was taught throughout life, you know, on how to spot things, you know, like how they say, like, keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and different things like that. It's like how you keep your friends close, but how is your enemies closer than your friends? If your enemy is closer to you than your friend, then that means that that's a hidden enemy. in which you probably think that's your friend. Shit, you probably think that's your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, uncle, you know what I mean? Whoever the fuck it is that you think it is. But it's given around summer. Something is closing out and is standing firm, moving forward within that position. So whatever final decisions get made around the summer, it gives, yeah, you straight. And somebody is scared. It's something about somebody being fearful of your abundance, or you, again, reaching certain checkpoints, going through these portals. It's a same belief system when it comes to this process. See, somebody in their mind feels as if they are waiting for certain steps to be taken in order to achieve a certain status as well, too. But it seems like you may be getting there a little bit more quicker. It's something about them being enlightened again, that you feel like how they feel. And with this liability in the reverse, like you actually not a liability, you're an asset. It's something about the way you speaking, though, again, you expressing them to this. Expressing them to this. Expressing this to them. And they're putting, like, freeing a person. Look, when it comes to this secret competition, it's really given that they figuring out that they didn't even have to compete with you at all. Again, more could have been achieved if you had to work together. So what's this confession about? Intentional misuse in the reverse when it comes to this looking in the mirror. So it's, again, that guilt. Somebody don't like the fact that they intentionally took actions or intentionally misused something that they knew, or some type of information, you know, in order to end something. It's a go with the flow, fall, flow. Hey. So it's something with you going with the flow, or somebody going with the flow around fall. It's really given, again, whatever it is that comes to completion around summer and moving forward is going to make a easier transition, you know, because it's given that somebody has been brought to the awareness that their disalignment has come from them actually just going with different things, them just being spontaneous. It's given misdirected energy. But around fall, somebody, again, they completely, it's like all the joy, all the happiness, something is gone when it comes to this relationship. And when it comes to them dealing with this person that's close to them, it's like, again, they just go on with the flow. You have plan in your energy, though. So it says stop and think for a moment. Somebody playing in your energy when it comes to this Aquarius in the reverse. Like somebody is not your friend. So it's making me feel like you're able to spot this when you just go with the flow. You're able to call this out. You're able to hone in on this because you're not putting your energy in places where you feel like it needs to be, you know what I mean, in order to balance it out, if that makes sense for you. It's really like giving benefit of the doubt, or compromising where you know what I mean. Look, dumpster energy, that's what I'm saying. It's something what you realizing somebody is trash, or something is just, it just is what it is around summertime. This summer. Repeated patterns. Look, scared. So somebody is scared of growth. They continuously do the same thing. So it's like they can present themselves as if they're going through different portals, like they're elevating, but it's like getting on the elevator and then pressing the same floor that you own. So the doors just close and it's just there. You got rebirth and selective. So these repeated patterns, you know what I mean? It's something about somebody presenting themselves as if they're going through a rebirth, like they, again, have the same beliefs as you or something like that, and they just trust in the process. But in all actuality, they're being selective. They're being selective about what it is that is really given, like what they're healing, because it speaks of like going into hermit mode, going internal, doing soul searching, you know what I mean, finding some type of inner truth, seeking inner guidance. And they understand that you are an asset, but it's like they're still picking out certain things that they want. Somebody is not handling a situation as whole. It's like a contract that done been cut, like a paper snowflake. You remember when you was little, you used to fold the paper and then you cut the corners and stuff like that. And when you open it up, it got the patterns in it. That's how this person is, like on a spiritual, like a spiritual level. Look with this curious energy. So it's even giving somebody is like they want to know what you can do. They want to know what you can do, how you do it, you know. They just really want to be in your business, especially with this Virgo energy, this healing, this sickness, or this is something with this work. What is this Virgo energy about? You got trauma, structure, and choices. So yeah, somebody trying to use some type of energy in order to balance out some type of trauma is given that whatever is going on with this health scare or whatnot, somebody was not prepared. They weren't prepared. And it's really given to some with them looking at themselves in the mirror. Like somebody feels weird about some type of endings or something like that being near. But when it comes to this structure, you have a flow again because somebody was misaligned. So it's like they aware of their own doing, the position that they being in, again, due to these choices, this spontaneous energy. Around fall. So it's given they not content with the choices that they made, whatever those choices may have been. They don't like it. What's these choices about? You got I don't give a fuck in the reverse because they do with this going with the flow. Somebody really do care. Again, because they don't know how to get themselves about this jam. And they say they're being rude with this plan and your energy with this high priestess energy. It really gives like somebody is trying to test your knowledge, test what you know, your coverage, your protection or something like that. It say stop and think for a moment, and you have Sun card in the reverse. Somebody has some type of inner child healing or something like that that they need to do. They can't close out a cycle with this dumpster energy. That's where they are. That's their contract to be dumpster juice. That's fucked up. But yeah, something has come to fulfillment. You got Taurus energy when it comes to what a person owns, their possessions. Because this could actually be a Taurus, you know what I mean, with these repeated patterns. Or this could be dealing with second house energy where, again, the possessions, what someone owns. It's like somebody is looking at the different things that they have and it's like they're scared. Because they know that they have not done the work that they needed to do in order to get to where they were claiming to go, right? Divine masculine in a reverse when it comes to this rebirth. Somebody was reborn as a karmic. And they trying to trust the process. But they a karmic. They in karmic land. Look, intuition on 10. Petty in reverse. I ain't being petty. Intuition on 10. I ain't happened yet. So it's really given that somebody is they sacrificing their divinity as we speak. It's some type of influence taking place, some type of influence going on, something that is highlighting a person's insecurities where they feel as if they are unable to achieve certain things, which is why they're being selective with this soul searching, with this guidance. I'm hearing something about repentance. But again, with this intuition on 10, you making them curious about something that you're saying. I'm telling you, because it's something with you not being stuck. You ain't stuck at all. And you was able to get them unstuck, but now they ass stuck again. And with this communication and this petty in the reverse, somebody not trying to be petty when it comes to this trauma because they fucked up. They feel a certain type of way. They really don't know what to do. They really feel lost. But again, that's justice for the situation. That's cause and effect. They curious about how you got free and you was able to step into your North Node last winter. So this past last year, how you do that? That's what they want to know. They don't even want to be petty. But again, like I said, somebody got some type of sickness or illness or something like that going on and they traumatized. And they want to know what Claude X Ray or Ray X Claude, what you got up your sleeve. They want to know how you did that last winter. This North Node energy, this enlightenment, this structure, this being divinely led, this nurturing, like you poured. How did you do that? How did you love yourself type energy? How are you so firm within it, this structure, this flow? Yeah, somebody is aware of the fact again that they not aligned with the same energy. And it's something about some type of choices that they made last winter. which is more so coming into full circle. Fall. Someone may have did some type of energy work or something like that, because if you know how that work, then you know how that time span go. And if we got last winter and we bringing it into fall, fall is going to be going right back into this winter coming up. So yeah, it's some type of toxic energy somebody was stuck on. Hey, and no lie, the cards say viewing things from a different point of view, and it flipped over to low vibrational. They low vibrational as fuck. Somebody is choosing to take the victim mentality. Like, they don't want to accept any accountability, no nothing like that, and that's why they getting their ass tossed up. They care, though. At first, they didn't care. They had an I don't care attitude. I promise you, just was going with it. Let the cards fall, however. But now they don't like this. You got a Libra. It may be a low vibrational Libra that's being rude or something like that. Or, you know, Libra deal with 7th house energy as well, too. So this could be this partnership, this marriage, whoever it was that you was, you know what I mean? Because it ain't even got to be no partnership. It could be a friendship. This deals with relationships altogether. This deals with justice. This deals with truth, honesty. Somebody was rude when it came to, you know what I mean? It's really giving your intuition, like your spiritual sense, your actual rank or something like that. They was trying to play in your energy. They was playing with you. It's giving me see, like, I don't know if y'all remember that movie Fresh. And he had his little friend Chucky, and Chucky wanted to be a D-boy so bad, and he used to always say that he doesn't busting stupid dope moves and stuff like that. He busting stupid dope moves. He was cool, you know what I mean? But it's like the whole time, like I can't even remember his name. If his name was Fresh, the main character, he actually was the smart one. He was the smart one. He was the calculated one. He was the one that, you know what I mean, actually was doing stuff. But it seemed like he had the worst hand as well, too. He had the worst hand dealt with to him, like, and he was just making it do what it do, best he could, and he was doing it. And he had his little guy, he thought he was with it. Chucky thought he was with it. Yeah, nah, Chucky ended up getting an example made out of him too. Look what they simply don't care in the reverse. They care now. They care. That's wow. Somebody did some type of unjust, like, movements. It's like they did something unfair, knew that they were operating from an unfair position. But again, it soothes some type of bully energy that they had in the inside when it comes to this low vibration. It's giving they keep doing shit, though. Like, somebody keep on. Look, power and control when it comes to this Taurus. It's something about, again, somebody having some type of ownership, some type of possessiveness. They want to control things by domination. It's that Emperor energy. Look, suddenly, they ain't had that power. Divine masculine in the reverse when it came to this rebirth. I told you there's rebirth as a karmic. And they want to say that they doing like what you doing. Because, see, somebody put you in a compromising position and watch you go through the phase of having to trust the process and it actually work for you. So now that they getting their ass tossed up, that's what they want to say, that they trust in the process. But, baby, okay. What's this suddenly energy? Roller coaster. Look, suddenly. And it's like it hasn't happened yet. So I don't know with this influence how this gonna go, if it could be expected to come or what. But it's something with somebody's abundance, something with somebody's ability to nurture, their ability to grow, their ability to produce. Something is it's real up and down, in and out. Look, what I tell you, baby, they questioning the fuck out of this. Intuition on 10. Let me find out your little bald head is watching me. Because even with the intuition on 10 and curious, this ain't even got shit to do with me. I'm reading the collective energy, but goddamn, okay. Say what? Questioning your intuition. Yes, bitch, I said you're going to be sick. I said you gave up your divinity. I said your rebirth is as a karmic due to these repeated patterns. I said you're scared. I said you got dumpster energy. Oh, I said you're misaligned. You don't like looking in the mirror. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to keep on going because I ain't going to get on you too much. But I'm just saying, whoever you are, I could feel you in my energy. Yeah, question it. Spiritual business. What I tell you with this third party in the reverse. This spiritual business, baby, I ain't being petty at all. I'm doing my job. We touching base on these traumas and understand that we ain't touching base on them to highlight them and make fun of them. We touching base on them so you can heal these bitches, so you can move forward accordingly. Sagittarius in the reverse when it comes to this North Node energy, or we talking about ninth house energy, your mental exploration, baby. You got to expand your mind. Knock down some of them structured, you know what I mean? That structure, that rule, those powers, that might be what's fucking you up. That might be creating blockages, cutting you off a little bit, you know? It's like up. That's what I'm saying. What they say is up. Last winter. When it comes to somebody gaining a new perspective, surrendering this energy, releasing it, seeing it different than ever seeing it before. You know, when it comes to these choices. Ain't no sleep. Look, free agent, single, unattached when it comes to this low vibrational. Getting that shit up off of you. You ain't playing with this person, I'm telling you. You ain't playing with this person. You moving forward with some type of authority. It's like you don't learn how to integrate what you have learned from the past with whatever it is you got going on in the future. Public eye, and you being seen in the public eye is something about the way that you operating in this Libra energy. This justice. Somebody might be some type of actual police officer, or it's something with the law. You might even have some type of spiritual authority for real, because you got binding, unbreakable, permanent when it comes to this person caring about being in this dumpster energy. So it's given, again, the way that you was being seen, even if you got a relationship that's coming out in the public or something like that, like it's some type of binding energy that somebody stuck to when it comes to this dumpster energy. You got supernatural, and I still was going to keep it back in there. So, okay, yeah, we talking about spiritual rank then. Public eye, them spirits. Somebody was influenced by how things was going to look to act a certain type of way. Look, matching energy and not being sorry. So they tried to match your energy and make it seem like they weren't sorry for some shit that they was wrong for. Power and control. They wanted to make it seem like they had some type of power and control over the situation, but it's really given that they lacked all of that. Somebody was really supposed to be sensible. They was supposed to balance something out, because they knew that it was they bullshit that had hit the fan. So rightfully, it was they mess to clean. But with the sorry in the reverse, they chose not to apologize. Somebody chose to continuously do something excessively. Somebody may have even battled with some type of addictions or something like that. Like they like the high, the thrill that they get from certain actions, and you got working when it comes to this roller coaster. They were supposed to, again, get off that motherfucker, balance that out. What I tell you, look, past street smart. I told you the way that book smart came out. Somebody operate more so they Chucky. They ain't fresh, they Chucky. They want to bust stupid dope moves. Look, hidden enemy. I said that too. Hidden enemy. What? Take a shot from me. They in regret now. Somebody drinking. We just touch base on them addictions and all that. Yeah. They questioning your intuition, because see, there's somebody who only believe the things that they could touch. They believe a little bit, you know what I mean, when it comes to the spiritual influence, the spiritual leadership, guidance, and all the rest of that, but they ain't never really had their hands in nothing. So, you know, it's still a little bit questionable till they got their ass in spiritual court. Look, from this past spiritual business that they tried to get themselves involved in when they thought they was going to be petty against you, and you had this high rank. You got a hidden enemy when it comes to this ninth house energy, this Sagittarius energy. You and your North Node, again, that mental exploration. A tower that been broken down. Sudden change. This speaks of chaos, upheaval. Somebody need help. Regret. Take a shot from me. That up and up. What Drake say, I can see it in your eyes. You angry. Regret ain't got shit on what you feeling now. You mad because he ain't like me. Oh, you mad because nobody ever did it like me? Envy. Envious. They mad as hell off the fact that you this free agent energy. And they low vibrational. They being seen as low vibrational. This person was able to pull on your energy and present themselves to be more stable than what they actually was. Look, knowledge in the reverse, didn't know shit. This public eye. Put them on the stage, they get to stuttering like Eminem. Remember at first on 8 Mile, remember he was scared? He used to choke. Look, you got an ex that was trying to siphon. It's an ex that's bound to some type of energy. Some type of dumpster energy around this summer. That's what they 10 toes in. Riding away or something like that. It's some type of hidden illusions or something. And with this siphoning, they was tried to present themselves like they was matching your energy because they was actually had all intentions on taking your energy from you. They's gonna sacrifice your ass. Power and control. Look, cult energy when it comes to the secret competition. They even got a bunch of motherfuckers that grouped up with them that didn't like your ass either. They all shared the same beliefs. Especially when it came to whatever little book it was that they was fucking around with that they wasn't fluent in. What's this cult energy? Look, doing too much, doing the most, fear, spiritual contract. Get your ass in here. It's as simple as that. God handing out whoopings. I ain't even gonna say God, because you know everybody got to deal with their own kids. So they daddy, whoever they daddy is, they daddy handing out whoopings. They daddy giving off the energy like Stacy on the wood. Remember he said, you remember we had that talk about cousin bloods? Well, that nigga's some blood. Remember he said that to him? She said he coming to get me after school and I'm gonna have him. Hey, yeah. That. This whole cold energy, they was working. Somebody got a spiritual contract. They bound to that. This roller coaster energy. They can't be selective. You an asset because they need your help, but you ain't there. And they stuck with these fears when it comes to this street smart shit. I thought they were supposed to be fearless. But see, with this spiritual contract, somebody dealing with shit that they can't see. Look what I tell you. Death ending. Moving into some type of death ending. Strong will union. They need help. What they say, get them some milk. They need help. Definitely need help. He needs some milk. They need help. Flop. Unsuccessful. What's going on? They was easily influenced. They was easily influenced when it came to this past energy of this spiritual business. And somebody actually failed. They failed their mission due to them being a hidden enemy. Something ended, caused the tower. Again, with that supernatural energy. That supernatural keeps showing itself. Somebody is scared shitless. Like, it's a whole lot of supernatural shit going on around them. And with this dishonesty in the reverse, honestly, they in regret. Honestly, they should have let this go. Honestly, they got a new perspective now. Honestly, you know what I mean? Look, hiding intentions when it comes to this envy. Honestly, they pissed off at you. They pissed off at you because how could you? How could you move on and grow and progress without them? Look, surrender. How could you? How could you be tired of that low vibrational energy? How could you be tired of somebody projecting onto you? Repeatedly. How could you be tired of the secret competition? You don't say. What's going on with this high true intentions? It's saying liar, liar. What's their true intentions? What's the true intentions for the collective? Temptation. With this knowledge in the reverse. Yeah, this person tempted to come towards you because there's something about this public eye. You being in the public eye, or again, whatever it is with that relationship, or something coming out in the public eye. It's temptation. It's tempting. The way that you are being seen. Aries in the reverse when it comes to this ex. So your ex might be an Aries that's now bound to this energy. Or again, this could be first house energy, which is dealing with, you know, the house of self. That's going to deal with your head, different things like that. You have a return to sender when it comes to this siphoning, yeah. Somebody is suffering from some type of backfires or something like that. Again, they only getting what they put out. Something is off when it comes to this code. In the reverse, ain't shit off when it comes to the code. They ain't sorry. Somebody suddenly realized that this person ain't got no divinity when it comes to this rebirth due to some type of lustful energy when it came to this spiritual contract. They was a whore. They was working. They might even have some type of lust demon or something like that attached to them. Why we keep on talking about this binding and this unbreakable and all this shit. Yeah. Great investment. In the reverse, you got greedy sticking out. Listen. That shit wasn't no great investment because motherfuckers was being too greedy. Now they got to face their fears with their street smart ass. Maybe they can find something in that book. Maybe they close their eyes and flick through that book or whatever it was they was using. But either way it go, ain't nobody to blame but them. Look, discerning, showing good judgment. They feel a certain type of way because you know how to discern. Congratulations to you, collective. Yep, so we ran through that real fast. That was your read. And just like that, we out this bitch.